Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rumi. I have 14 years of experience in Postgres, working for DXC Technologies. Uh, I worked for a few projects which are very critical, like finance projects, banking projects, and automobile sectors, like BMW, Volkswagen, and Toyota. So these are all very critical projects which always depends on the 24 cross 7 availability. And I have faced a few challenges while working for these critical databases. And I have handled like, for BMW, I have handled like 7,000 plus databases. The largest database size is 8 TB. So this is my introduction. So I'm here to tell you something about Postgres and Postgres new features. So I mostly focus on this side people. So you might have heard about Postgres, right? It is a database. It's robust and always known as reliable and correctness. And it always have all the patches, updates. Every year we get updates on its software. And every 3 months we have patches. So this is the 18 version we have right now. So it got like very good features added, like performance and security and developer product perspective. We got more enhancements for upgrade features and all. So yeah, here are few topics that I just wanted to discuss. Like we have, before 18 version, we have asynchronous mode of getting data from the disk. Like one block, it has to read, and next it has to wait for the second block to read. It is asynchronous mode. Now, sorry, it was synchronous mode before. Now with Postgres 18, we got asynchronous mode, which is more faster than previous versions, like 3x speed faster, I can say. And it is asynchronous because it has introduced one I/O. Likewise, there are utility processes, right? There is a I/O process also starting. By default, we have I/O process. We get I/O process also. While we get data, instead of hitting disk, we get data from I/Os as well. And query planners, skip scans, and easier upgrades, planner stats, fast upgrades, all these are new features in Postgres 18. So asynchronous, as I discussed, it don't read data directly from the disk. It will be reading data from the IO's point of view. Okay? This is the improved, I can say, data is not directly hitting, and performance will be really much more better compared to previous versions. And allow multiple concurrency reads. As I told, it is asynchronous, so it will not wait for the block that to read, and next it will not read like that. It will be reading multiple concurrently. So performance has improved on read operations, obviously, because it is reading asynchronous data. So this is the example. We have IO method, that is by default we have workers in PG18, and we can use, if we are on Linux version, Linux servers, then we can use the Linux IOUR for the best performance. It is a parameter which is added to our configuration file as well. And these are some parameter settings we can check in our configuration file. So skip scan, what does it mean is like before we use, whenever we are using B-tree indexes, for example, if we have three indexes on 3 columns, whenever we have where clause of these 3 columns, then only we get proper index used, right? If we are using only 2 columns, the scan will be sequential scan instead of index scan. Now, if we are having 3 indexes, but we are only using 2 indexes in where clause, then also it will use a proper scan. That scan will be very efficient. It will not go to sequential scan. So here it is like if we are having index on status column and customer ID and order, then when we are using that, scan was efficiently used. If we are not using any of the 3 scans, it will go to sequential scan rather than index scan. But in feature 18 features has been improved, it will give scan efficiently rather than going to sequential scan. And upgrades. As I told, critical database always has a challenge and pain points for a downtime, right? Always a downtime is a challenging for a database administrator, as whenever you want to, whenever there is a new software for your phone, you have to update it, right? Otherwise, you may have older version of your phone, which is very slow. Sometimes it gets heat. So whenever there is new software, you just wanted to get the new software updated on your phones, right? Likewise, a DBA also having more enthusiastic to use new features. So whereas for critical databases, it is very difficult to get downtime and get all the proper 1 minute also very difficult to convince the application team to get a downtime. So in that case, I can say PG18 has come up with very best things like whenever we are doing upgrades, after upgrade, we have to do full analyze, right, to get statistics. So here, it is preserving the planner statistics. We don't need to run statistics again. Full scan is not needed. That I can say. So we have, in PG18, we have we have few options here, like a swap option, and we can use a swap rather than cloning and copying and linking. It will be doing parallel checks checks was parallel. Before it used to run step by step, right, to check. We can use parallel checks now, and we can add swap option also. And overall upgrade time is reduced here if we can compare with the previous versions. And mainly for vacuum, I can say whenever we run vacuum, for previous versions, it used to run the vacuum. For example, we have a large table which runs vacuum for 1 hour. But here in version 18, it is like for 1 hour vacuum, how it will run is for 25 minutes it will run, and then it will take some break, and then whenever there is no load, it will run the other part of the vacuum on the same table. It will not continuously run on the same table for 1 hour, which is a performance degradation. We have to schedule our vacuum in non-business hours, right? To that will be a difficult because for large transaction OLTP database, we need to have often vacuums, right? On the database, on the tables, on few large transaction tables. So in that case, we got a very good option in Postgres 18. So returning old and new is like here, whenever we are doing some data updates, like for few columns, we can use the returning old and new. It will save the older version as well as the newer version. Whenever we are using deletes, updates, or something like that, it will save the older version of the data what you have changed also. So it may be used for your auditing, and it may be used for calculating your analytics or something like it is behaving like a triggers, not, it will behave like a trigger but not a trigger. Okay. So this is how we can use that old and new. Yeah, you can scroll down. And explain plan. So as I told, like sometimes for few tables we cannot understand, it will give a very big explain analyze, right? Whenever we are running explain plan, it will give so much cost and all. It was like very difficult sometimes to understand like in which areas it is taking so much cost and in which areas queries taking so much time. But here, explain plan is enhanced, is readable format that I can say. It is giving like execution time and, sorry, just scroll down. No, no, not like. Huh. It is more readable format it has given. Explain, analyze the format. So like shared hit, how much share it is, share read and index lookup, CPU time, how much time it got processed and all. We can just get it from explain plan. Before it was not there. So always database administrator has to have security enhancements, right? We always check how much secure our data is. Everybody is speaking about data breach and how we have to, we are always responsible for the data, what we have. So as a database administrator. So we always ensure our data is safe, our database security system is safe, and whenever there is a SOX report or whenever we are working on critical databases, so we have to ensure like our data is not open to anybody. So we have some methods always improving that I can say. So before MD5 was very encrypted and popular to use this option. Now we have in Postgres 18 it was introduced OAuth 2.10, 2.0 authentication integrated with modern identity providers. So we can use OAuth to allow to do authentication and authorization for our users. Okay. So now MD5 is deprecated. So logical replication. Logical replication, how we can use is like before logical replication was, I can say it used to run on, like now we have parallel streaming, before it was not there. So it conflict detects, it will see how logical replication is working, whether the slot is in use or not, it will check by itself and it will check auto cleanup of the slots automatically. So these are the maintenance updates. As I told, like vacuum, it has better performance in Postgres 18. So these are options, few options we can check for Postgres 18. What are the checksums, smarter vacuum, how we can change our Postgres parameters to enhance enhance our vacuum sessions. So these are the benefits we get. Yeah, zoom later. Yeah, these are the benefits I can say. Before it was sync, now it was asynchronous, and it is 3x faster on your database, and scanning skip scan has increased, and stats preservation, that I can say it has saved so much time, so much downtime for a database administrator, at least for critical databases, that I can say. And PG upgrade has become more faster compared to previous upgrade features, and virtual columns, and these are the yeah these are the features which we got in PG 18. That's all. Thank you. Yeah, you can ask questions. One suggestion I can say to students who come here, so you always enhance your skills, like you just, it is very open source. You on your laptop you can just download the code, you can install, you can start working, you can play with it, I can definitely say. So just start working from Postgres version 16, and then upgrade and check, load the data. So you can work. Postgres is really free, open source, so you can install on your own laptops also. It doesn't need any licensing and all. And installation is also absolutely very easy. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I have few documents, and I can share. I can help you if you need any help related to Postgres.